thought I'd do it. I'm on Highway 38. I'm almost up to Angelus Oaks. I thought I would do a drive video. I haven't done one in a while. I'm heading up. I'm going to go fishing at Big Bear and I'm going to get out of the heat. It was 106, I think, today at the house. I left earlier with the Forest Falls for supper at El Max. And it's probably going to be kind of a suck video because I'm driving into the sun. But once I get up here to Angelus Oaks, yikes. It won't be into the sun. Maybe we'll see some beer, maybe a beer, and I got my bass fishing pole. I like topwater, so it'll just be getting dark when I get up there. Or, well, actually, 7:45. It'll be right perfect topwater time. Oh, look at the rocks. Yeah, still got rocks coming down up here, so be careful. In fact, I'll show you the big potholes. There's a group of about 10 of them at about mile marker 21.75 above Angelus Oaks. It's on the downbound side. It's dangerous. I put in a Caltrans request. There's a warning sign going upbound, but it's in the downbound lanes. They really need to close the highway and fix that, because if you hit that with speed, you're going to bend a rim and pop a tire and probably get... It knocked me half into the other lane, and I wasn't going that fast. I knew it was there. A guy on a motorcycle, I wouldn't even want to think about that. That's going to knock somebody down. And then you got these big divots, depressions where they're putting culverts in from the fire, the El Dorado fire. They're putting culverts in, bigger culverts or new culverts to help drain the water, the muck that's coming down. There's a dog in there. Just a dog. Oh, there's a guy. This guy's in back. I say, looked like the dog was driving. It looked like a Rottweiler. But there's a lot of depressions now, you know, deviation in the road where these culverts are, where they paved it, it's sinking down. So, you really got to take it slow up here. You'll see some of the culverts. And the other thing is, some of the turnouts aren't turnouts. They're full of culverts and construction equipment. So, if you get a string of cars behind you, you want to pull over a turnout. I went to pull over yesterday on a turnout up here, and it was full of construction gear, so I couldn't get in there. I had to go to the next one. Whoa! And you'll get to see all the a-holes that drive too fast. I had 4 or 5 people that yesterday come, a foot or two into my lane on a curve. They're going so fast they got to cut the corner. And just slow down. It's so dangerous. Luckily, there's room in some places to get over. Some places there isn't. It's all because they're going too fast. But we're coming up on where we go, Angelus Oaks, and the news out of here was when was it? Tuesday. Somebody shot a bear up here. Neighbors said they were feeding it. Shot it in the face. I guess it allegedly attacked their kid and their dog. I don't know who it was. I don't think they've named who it was, but I think the neighbors know. And remember, when you get up here by town, slow down to 35, because there's slow cars coming out of the restaurant here, the Oaks, and there's cabins up here, and there's forestry cabins that people rent. Don't go blasting through here, because people cross this road right here. The locals will cross the road for the store. And they're usually open till 7. Yeah, it's 7 now. 7:30. There's somebody I know back there. I've always wondered, I might end up staying at those cabins, but I'm going to go to Big Bear. I've always wanted to. I think those cabins are like $100 a night. They call them secluded cabins, but they're right there off the highway, with the home, so it's not really secluded, but you're in the mountains. It's a lot cooler. I think Big Bear was 86 today. It was 106 in my house. So it's 20 degrees cooler up here, which is a life changer. And the mountain, you go stick your feet or jump in the creeks up here. It feels so good. It's really cold, but it's been a 80s up here. What is today? Sunday. Last night I was at the Jenks, not the Jenks Lake. I was at the Grayback Amphitheater for the Ranger talk. The Rangers come in there and they, Jean is, she leads it. She talks about the wilderness, and then they have a guest speaker, and it was Betty, and she talked about bats. And it was nice, low 70s when it hit dark, with a little breeze. Oh, it was perfect. So if you want to get away from the fires and the smoke and the heat, the beach and the mountains are your best bets. The beaches are staying in the 70s. Where up here gets, mid 80s is hot for the mountains. But if you're in the shade, there's a little breeze. It's nice. And then at night it drops real quick, the temp. So you got that. I'd like to stay at Hard Bar too. I could end up at Hard Bar. I'm not sure how late the camp hosts are up. I think you can self-check in. If they got room, there's probably a lot of people up here. Of course, it's Sunday night. The weekenders are probably gone. The lower Mill Creek was just jammed. Mentone, that big turnout, there must have been 40 cars and trucks in there, and then 10 or 15 cars down by the creek where the crossing is there, by the Edison Pumps House there. And then there was cars by the bridge right here. See all these potholes right here? Did they put them? Nope, there's about 8 potholes right there, 10 right there, and man, they are big and deep. At about mile marker 21.75, I believe. A lot of the mile marker posts are down up here. It's hard to, the plows knock them down, but they haven't put them back up. So it's hard to find a mile marker. If you're not sure what a mile marker is, the little white signs, they're vertical, rectangular, and they're vertical. They'll have a number on it, like 21.75. That's from the bottom. That's 21.7 miles from down in Redlands up to here. See, there's one 21.30 something. They go up. Yeah, there's 22 something. So if you ever have an accident, if you can't tell them, that long off your cell phone, usually you can walk a little bit up or down, and you'll see one of those signs. Like there's one right there. 22:31. That'll tell the cops in the fire almost exactly where you are. If you're right next to the sign, it'll tell them exactly. And I think they're every quarter mile. But like I said, this bad winter we had, a lot of them have been knocked down by plows. Sorry, that camera's a little jiggly. I got it on a new mount. I need to stabilize the mount. When I hit a bump, it kind of jiggles. I need to stabilize that somehow, or figure out how I can. I was mounted up on top of the dash, but the heat, especially now in the summer with the fires, the heat hits that camera or that cell, and it thinks it's being charged. It's getting hot charging, and it shuts down. So I'll shut up and let you enjoy the ride. And there is a cool waterfall. I think it's right here. Yeah, there ain't much to pull into right here. Is this the waterfall? Nope, that's it. But it's still got a pretty good cascading waterfall for pictures. You slow it down and do a time lapse where you get that white like flow of the water. It's either up in front of us or just behind us. It's on one of the switchbacks. I forget what creek it is, but that's one of the creeks that are really close from the highway, and you can get right underneath it and take pictures. It's about half what it was, but it's still a pretty good waterfall, where that wasn't there for the past 6-7 years. Let's see if it's down here. You can see the road's still pretty beat up from the big boulders that are coming down. When they hit, they create. You see right here, this place is right. This is a big turnout. See, it's packed, but I went to get in there and I was not enough room. But see, they got the trenches right here. So definitely don't go flying through here, especially on a motorcycle. I used to love cruising up here on my roomie's Harley, but I quit riding years ago. It just got too dangerous. A couple friends got killed, and I had a couple close calls, and I thought, I'd really have big truck wrapped around me for the people that don't drive very well. I think that waterfall was before. Yeah, because we should have seen it by now. See where the big boulders are hitting? And you got some potholes that were the seeping water is creating potholes. They didn't have any last year. They had a couple when it rained, mudslides across the road. It took a day. Up here we're coming up on Stetson Creek. Stetson Creek had a big slide up here across the road. Hit a couple of travel trailers and vehicles. It's coming up right up here. And they went in and put bigger culverts, some riprap, the big boulders to keep from undermining the road. They're worried about, you can see where they put a guardrail right here on the right, put a fence in there to catch, and then they got those big, I don't know if you can see it right there, they got that big like metal fence to keep the boulders from coming down, and whoa, some big potholes right there. That creek right there had a big flow across the highway. Right there's where the trailers where they got hit with the boulders and the muck that came down. That was last year. This year they haven't had you're still in a potential mudslide area from the fire. The fire burned up to the right, burned the mountainside on the right, the Eldorado fire. In fact, that's where that hotshot Charlie Morton, he died right back there at Stetson Creek, right above on the right side. His hotshot team went in there. They were trying to keep the fire from jumping the road right here. This was the bad night, September 17th, when the fire was trying to jump the road right here. I don't know why he's flashing. And I think we'll go down Jenks Lake Road. I always like Jenks Lake. We'll go down Jenks Lake because it's this kind of parallels 38 for about 4 miles. It's a little less traffic, and I see deer on both highway and Jenks Lake. There are probably more deer over here. I haven't seen a bear in a while over here, but maybe we'll see. It's time for the critters to come out. And there's a mountain lion up here that people are seeing. Actually, 2 of them. I haven't seen them. Who said they saw them? Oh, it was a guy, a hiker. up here by South Fork of Santa Ana River Trail. We'll take it nice and slow in here because a lot of times you'll see the deer off to the side. And maybe I can slow down and pull over and we can watch some deer. I'm probably going to have to split this into 2 videos. One up to the end of Jenks Lake. They call this Jenks Lake Road West is over here. When it hooks back into Highway 38, they call that side Jenks Lake Road East. So over there where it reconnects to Highway 38, because I'm already at 16 minutes, I'll restart the video. I usually try and keep them to 20 minutes. And the big tires coming up, we're working. I've reached out to Janet from Camp to Bentonville. She's trying to get, this tire was left in here 5 years ago. It's a big tire off of a Caterpillar, a big loader. We're trying to get this thing taken out of here. It's been here for 5 years. Nikki says the mosquitoes are breeding in it. Every year she dumps out the water. On the right here, I don't know if you can see it right there. That big tire. I'm going to try and cut it up, or I'm tired of looking at it. And so is Janet. I thought it was like for them to exercise with, the people, what do you call it? Cross trainers. They use they'll throw a tire around, in the gym. Or not throw it, but, pick it up and roll it over. I thought that's what it was. She said, no, that's somebody left that. But I've turned it into Caltrans. But this is County Road. I've reached out to the supervisor, Don Rowe, and I think Janet has too. Trying to get somebody to come and get it. It's probably no good. It's been there for 5 years. But I don't know if you can. I'm going to try a Sawzall on it. I've never tried to cut a tire with a Sawzall. We're about to find out. If you want to stick your feet in mountain runoff water, oh, it's so cold. Right here is, I think it's the East Fork of the Barton Creek. Pull right there. Don't block the gate, but right there, let's see how the creek's doing. Oh yeah, it's real steep on the left. Go on the right. It's kind of flat there. You can sit down the bank. There's enough water to stick your feet in, or even you could probably sit down in that. Oh, it's so cold. I was up here yesterday. And I stuck my dogs in there after a hike. Oh, it felt so good. It's cold. I mean, it is pucker up cold, but being warm. I got 83 on the truck thermometer. It feels so good. That's the way to cool off. Here's the turn to actually go to Jenks Lake. That's the entrance right there on the left. That's they close it 6. It's $5 for day use. A lot of people, I don't know if you can see the cars there, they park outside the gate and they'll hike in. I'm pretty sure it's legal. You can hike in after the gates close at 6. They open at 7, I think it is. And look at the trash. I was up here picking up trash the other day, and look at the buttholes. I'll get that on the way down. I cleaned this all up. That looks like a beer. Yeah, that's somebody parked up here. That's all beer cans, but this is the old road to Poop Out Hill. If you're gonna go up to San Gorgonio, the trail that goes up, you can park there. Don't block the gate in case they have a fire. You can park there and hike up. You'll get into the wilderness. You'll need a permit to go into the wilderness area. It's up, I think a mile or 2. But I hate to call them pigs because you're insulting the pigs, but the slobs, I don't know, I come to a beautiful area and just leave your trash. It drives me crazy. I should get that now, but I gotta get a bigger. I'll make a loop back when I come down. I usually take a bag and. Now right here's the gate on the east side of Jenks Lake. Some people park right there, and hike. Right there, the gate's locked, but you can hike down to the east side. It's about, I would say not even a half mile, 3/8 of a mile down. It's kind of a steep hill, and then it flattens out. You can go that way anytime you want to go down to Jenks, and you don't have to pay the $5 fee. Just don't block that gate, because they need that for access in case there's a fire. I've seen when that guy drowned last year, they search and rescue came in that way to, and the sheriff came in, the fire came in there to retrieve the body. This is Frog Creek. We just crossed the South Fork of the Santa Ana Trail. The trail head parking's over there on the left. We just passed it. There's the creek. I want to see the creek. Oh, yeah, it's way down. That feeds Jenks Lake right there. And then up around here is another creek that runs into Frog Creek that feeds Jenks Lake too. Yeah, if you, this one up here, you could probably stick your feet in. I've never figured out the name of this creek. It's kind of like a no-name creek. Right here on the right, you can pull off a little turnout. There's a little bit of flow right there. Oh, let's see how that creek. Oh yeah, it's way down. Wow, that's way down. It's almost like when Jenks Lake was almost, way down. Guys were hiking up to where this taps off the South Fork of the Santa Ana River, and they somebody was damming it up. I think it was the fly fishermen who were upset because the river wasn't that strong, and they, diverting the water to Jenks Lake. They didn't want it diverted. They were blocking it with rocks and logs. That looks like it's dropped so much. We can usually tell by looking at that if they plugged it up again. So I'll let those guys know. They were going up and clearing it's called the flume. It was made by, I think it was Old Man Jenks. I forget his first name. He carved that by hand and then ran it down into Jenks Lake to keep the snow melt going. And Paul Franklin was talking. He's one of the guys that was doing the work up there. He was talking to Bear Valley Mutual. They own that water rights, and they said, yeah, you can have as much as you want, no problem. That's always been there. It's been like it for 100 years. So we cleared it out down here, moved rocks out of the way, fallen logs, get the weeds out of there. Some of it's got culvert in the bottom, and we worked on the whole length of it. I forget how many miles it is. But that back there's dropped, God, I would say considerably. It's almost a trickle now, where before it had a pretty good gurgle and maybe a foot across and a foot deep. Yeah, this is a good camp spot somewhere, but somebody's in there right now. Well, they got the shower up, it looks like. Yeah, that's a cool spot right there. Nice sunset. We're getting over what they call East Flats. Barton Flats is below us. Highway 38's down maybe half mile down below us on the left. We're getting down near Highway 38. This is the end of it. Jenks Lake Road. Come on, camera, stay up there. Yeah, I need to stop this video. It's 25 minutes now. We're almost at the bottom. Yeah, they're marking those potholes. I see the white tape or spray paint. They're marking them, but they haven't filled these in a long. It's been, I think, since the winter. And there's people camped here. Yeah, I was wondering if there's gonna be people camped there. And if you camp, you got to get the Adventure Pass, they're $30 for a year, or $5 a day pass. You could get them at, like, I got mine at Green Spot Market in Mentone. The store in Angelus Oaks has them. Big Bear's got them up there, you know, in the sporting goods shop, and I'm sure some of the ski shops have them. The Ranger Station down below, but I think that's only during the day. Let's see if anybody's camping here. We're getting down to the end of the road. Jenks Lake Road. Usually I help pick up trash up here. Luckily there isn't a lot of trash. I just saw that a lot of trash here at Poop Out Hill, but people, I guess because they don't want to take it home, they go, there's some napkins here, and they'll dump food, liquor bottles, beer bottles. Just stay home if you're a slob. If they were in your yard. Down here there's a turnout where I pick up a lot of trash. And diapers, oh, people are so nasty. Yeah, right here on the other one, take a look. There's usually trash in this turnout right here. And it's not too bad, there's a little bit. But Vartan helps pick it up too. Vartan is works at Camp Alpine Meadows. Him and his wife help pick it up. Well, thanks for watching. That's below Angelus Oaks up to here, Highway 30. That's Highway 38 in front of us. See ya on the next video.